So I think we'll just get started here in doing our presentations. As you know, Missoula in Motion works with employers to help generate solutions to transportation and parking problems. And in doing so, we encourage employers to consider a wide range of transportation options, including biking, walking, busing, carpooling, vanpooling, and telecommuting. Every year since 1998, Missoula in Motion has acknowledged employers with outstanding transportation programs by recognizing them with the Best Practices Award. In the past, the winning employers received $1,000 to enhance their workplace transportation programs, and they're featured in a series of television commercials that we use during this month and throughout the year to give them credit for what they've done. This year, 2 winning employers received these awards, and a third received our new award that we are entitling Continued Excellence in Transportation Best Practices, along with $500 to enhance their program. So last year's winners, and I think we at least have one here, or 2 probably, we have REI, and recognize Ryan's in the back of the room there. And REI, with their funds that they got for their award, they used for several things. They purchased a covered and lockable bike storage unit, and also a company commuting bike for employee use that is fully equipped for night and day use and pretty much decked out. And they purchased a special cycling jacket, which they used as a grand prize in their summer-long commuting contest. So that was a great thing. And then they actually matched some of that with their own funds to create some other prizes. And Ryan and I worked a little bit last year to create some flyers and posters to let people know how they were going along in that commute, and that worked out pretty well. Using the employer pages that they have, their own corporate page that they have through our Way to Go Club. So, and every employer partner has access to their own corporate site if they choose to do so. Homeward also was last year's winner, over there. And they put their reward towards implementing Missoula's first ever residential and staff Easy Pass program, a combined program that gave all their residents an option to ride the bus. And so everyone got a bus pass. And they have been extremely successful in implementing that program. And this year, it's one of the reasons that we're here again to honor them for continued excellence. And we'll talk a little bit about that later, because they've had a ridership of over 1,500 folks use that pass program. So that's great success. In 2006, we received a number of outstanding submissions and are excited to acknowledge this year's winners. And we're very pleased to have Mayor Engen with us today to help us honor the recipients. And I don't think he needs too much introduction here, since I think you all know him. And
well, if there is one, and it's legal.
But I do want to say, among his most recent project, the mayor has been paramount in initiating, and along with Adventure Cycling here and MAST, and the city's first ever bike light safety campaign, which has already had some great success. And so I want to introduce.
Well, thank you very much, Beth, and it's nice to see all of you today. By virtue of a restraining order, I was not able to participate in the buffet today, but it looks good and smells great, so that's terrific. And because I really haven't had any conversations with anybody about transportation issues today, I think I'm going to call the problem solved. We got best practices, and you're all here, and you're very happy, and you're doing good things. So I think we're good. So glad to make that announcement. Actually, I may have mentioned this to you before. Transportation is one of 3 things that I hear about every day in my job, every day. And in some cases, it's a question of safety. In some cases, it's a question of convenience. In some cases, it's a question of expense. but it's a piece of business that affects everyone in the community in many different ways. And you all know some of the things that the city is engaging in the interest of improving transportation opportunities for all of the community. I have a number of interests in this, not the least of which today is conservation. Tomorrow we're talking about best practices for municipalities with regard to climate change and sustainability. And there's tremendous energy among cities and towns throughout the United States in engaging in practices that make a real difference in terms of climate change and sustainability. And you all are helping with that a lot, and I thank you for that and congratulate you for it. It's also interesting in my job, there is some sense that I have all the answers, and depending on who you are, I try to convince you that that's the case. But if I don't happen to have the answer, I look elsewhere. And the beauty of this program and the reason it's so compelling to me is that Missoula in Motion collaboratively puts lots of players together, brings lots of supporters together, and brings lots of partners together to, and this is an overused turn of phrase, empower businesses, citizens, to come up with new and innovative ways to get around and to get each other around and to build community. And that's a lot of what transportation actually is about as well, is building community. So with that, I thank you for your efforts. I'm fascinated by the energy and commitment and really encouraged by it as well. We have lots of folks in our city who are willing to take steps and time and energy to make things better, and that's what makes it all work. At the risk of embarrassing him, I also wanted to note that County Commissioner Bill Carey is here as well. The county's a great partner, and Bill also has all of the answers. So if you need more outside the city limits, just call Bill and we'll get you squared away. With that, I look forward to presenting awards and spending some more time with you. Thank you very much.
I'll have to adjust the microphone here a bit.
Chase, let's try something
If
real quick.
if it wasn't,
Would you step out here?
He was going to say something about that, actually.
yeah, like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in the movie Twins. Thank you, Mayor Engen, for your words, and good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad that you all are here today. My name is Chase Jones. I am the program specialist for Missoula in Motion. I have the pleasure today with Mayor Engen to present to you the winners of our 2006 Transportation Best Practices Awards. They are the Rocky Mountain Research Station Fire Lab. Yay. Mod West. And an award for continued excellence in transportation best practices, Homeward. I wanted to start by quickly describing my walk this morning to the bus stop on my way to work. I left my house on 8th Street and walked a couple of blocks down Catlin. I came to a crosswalk and a cyclist, obviously dressed for a day at the office, just zipped right by me. And keep in mind, there was fresh snow on the ground. I thought that was pretty great. Rounded the corner onto 5th Street and saw other folks walking on the sidewalks in different directions, no doubt many of them on their way to work. I made my way a little further to Russell Street and admittedly saw some traffic, as Mayor Engen alluded to. We still do have some challenges, but we're getting there. But I also saw cars full of commuters sharing a ride to work. And on any given day, I might see an iRide van pull cruise by as well. Those are all enlightening things to me. I mentioned today's walk because it's fresh in my mind, but this morning's scene is not abnormal in Missoula. In fact, it's an everyday occurrence for me. It makes me happy to live in a town where transportation like biking, walking, taking the bus, carpooling, van pooling, and telecommuting are important to folks and are being used. Missoula residents care about being efficient, saving money, improving our air quality, and just being healthy in general. Again, like I said, and Mayor Engen alluded to, we certainly still have transportation challenges, and we have plenty still to accomplish. But we have some great momentum building with transportation options in Missoula, which is why we're here today. We're here today to honor, again, the Fire Lab, Mod West, and Homeward. In my opinion, the cream of the crop in what workplaces can do to highlight the importance of and make it easy for employees to utilize options like biking, walking, busing, carpooling, van pooling, telecommuting. We recognize these programs today to honor their care and creativity, but also to motivate all of us to bolster our own programs and to inspire others in the Missoula community to get on the bus, pun intended, with transportation options so that more and more commuters become solutions to these transportation challenges that we're still faced with. So, without further ado, I would like to recognize our winners one by one. For each of our winners, I will describe their programs, and then we'll take a look at the world premiere of the commercials that Beth spoke of that Missoula in Motion produced with KECI. These spots will be seen and heard throughout Missoula over the next months on our television stations and radio. And then I will call each winner to the front to accept their award from Mayor Engen. So let me start with the Rocky Mountain Research Station Fire Lab. The Rocky Mountain Research Station Fire Lab has an interesting situation. They're located out past the airport, about 10 miles from the urban core that most of us are used to. We honor them today, though, because they didn't take these challenges as just a reason to not do anything. In fact, it was quite the opposite. They took the challenge of being out there as an opportunity. They saw it as an opportunity to band together and create a culture of sustainable transportation. They do things like they have a staff person that is the public transit coordinator. This public transit coordinator helps employees identify and take advantages of programs that the Forest Service offers to, if they commit to riding the bus almost every day, they get a free bus pass on the mountain line that they can use. They also subsidize van pools if their employees live in areas where the mountain line bus doesn't run yet. To further learn and educate their employees, they invite Missoula in Motion once a year to come out and just talk about these transportation options. It's a great refresher for their employees, and also as turnover happens, it's a great introduction to some of these options. During these sessions, the Fire Lab employees and Missoula in Motion staff are on hand to help co-workers identify safe biking routes if they choose to bike, and the best bus routes to get to work and get around. And the bus has become a very popular way to get to and from work as a result of that. One other challenge that they had was if the weather wasn't great, which it is often in Missoula, they didn't have a bus shelter to wait for the bus. And so that became possibly an obstacle. So again, instead of doing nothing about it, they came together as a group, they secured funding for a bus shelter, and they built one on their own, which I think is highly commendable. And as a result, not only are more of their employees using the bus as a way to get around, the mountain line bus as a way to get around, but other businesses in the area and their employees are now using it. So I say, what a great example and what a great thing to do for not only their own workplace, but all of the workplaces that are their neighbors. Now all of the employees in that area can wait for the bus in comfort. And again, I think it is just a wonderful thing for them. So I would like to now debut their commercial. Thank you, Graham.
At the Fire Lab, we got together with the other partners in the area, and we constructed a bus shelter that enables us to wait for the bus in comfort.
We've taken the challenge of being out here quite a ways from downtown as an opportunity.
So as a new employee at the Fire Lab, there was a group of people that rode the bus, and they did it religiously all the time, and it just became very easy to fall into that routine and make that part of my daily life.
Call Missoula in Motion to jumpstart your employer program.
It's hard to fit all of that into 30 seconds. We will be seeing a little longer form that we put together later. So I would like to call up Jenny Newton to accept this award of a Transportation Best Practices Award.
Just wanted to say thanks to Missoula in Motion. It's been great working with you guys, and it's been a lot of fun. The commercials were fun for most people, and yeah, and we're really excited about this. We've been just kind of peer pressuring people into taking the bus and riding their bikes, and now we'll have these great positive incentives, and so hopefully get some more people to join us on the bus and on the bike. So thank you.
I have a newsletter deadline, so I'm also playing reporter today.
Here we go. One big happy family.
Let me take 1 minute.
I don't do vertical.
They really come on.
Great. Thank you so much. Okay, our second 2006 Transportation Best Practices Awards winner is Mod West. They have a little different situation, but all the same, they've done a great job of creating a vibrant commuter options culture in their workplace. At Mod West, this culture starts from the top. The owners routinely ride the Mountain Line bus, bike, carpool, and feel that that's a great value that they want to pass on to their employees in any way that they can. This business also chose a central downtown location in the urban core so that their employees can easily take advantage of walking from almost any point in Missoula and also biking as well. And they're just a couple blocks from the Mountain Line Transfer Center, which is the origin and endpoint of all bus routes here in Missoula. As an extra incentive, Mod West allows, and this is a very simple thing, and some things are very simple, but they allow their employees, when they do ride their bikes, to bring them inside so that they can be safe and dry. And they've also set up some partnerships that allow some nice incentives for their employees. As a Missoula Downtown Association member, they receive a Missoula Downtown Association Easy Pass, again, that allows their employees to ride free on the bus at any time. They also trade some web hosting services with the Missoula Institute for Sustainable Transportation, and in return, MIST does regular bike maintenance workshops so that their employees can keep their bikes in tip-top shape all the time, so that, again, that's an option that they can use all the time. They are also heavy participators in Bike Walk Bus Week. Not only do they take advantage of the things that the Bike Ped office, Missoula in Motion, and all of the partners that go into Bike Walk Bus Week set up for folks, but they took it one step further and created their own internal raffles where they track their employees one by one and create this nice competitive atmosphere, and then again have their own rewards on top of the ones that are available to everyone in Missoula. So for all of these things, we would like to award Steve Sondheim from Mod West with a 2006 Transportation Best Practices Award.
Photo first. So spontaneous for us, isn't it? Does the award make me look fat? Thank you. No laughing.
It was a long smile. On behalf of everyone at Mod West, it's a great honor to accept this award. But I especially want to thank everyone at Mod West who, with almost no encouragement, religiously ride their bikes and walk, take the bus every day. It really is ingrained in our culture at Mod West, and I'm really proud of that. But also, a special thanks to Missoula in Motion for endorsing and encouraging better transportation practices in Missoula. So thanks.
Speaking of improvisational, I forgot the world premiere of Mod West commercial, so here we go.
My first week with Mod West was Bike Walk Bus Week, and their incentives encouraged me to be a commuter for that week and beyond.
All the employees here, they're able to set up their schedules so that if they need to ride their bike to work, they can. And for me personally, with carpooling, I'm allowed to set up my schedule so that it works with other employees.
As an owner of Mod West, I like to lead by example, and by participating in Bike Walk Bus Week, taking the bus 4 times a week, I feel I can provide a good example for my employees.
Call Missoula in Motion to jumpstart your employer program.
Okay, the third and final award of the day, as Beth mentioned earlier, is a new award that we created, and it is an award for continued excellence in transportation best practices, and we're awarding that to Homeward. They were a winner last year, and we are awarding this special award because with each new employee, with each new situation, with each new development, they continue to keep transportation and transportation options on the forefront and come up with creative and innovative ways to incorporate those options. We also think that they will be a wonderful example, again, not only to businesses, but as Beth mentioned earlier, they implemented the first ever residential Easy Pass program in which they allow their tenants to ride the bus for free with this pass. We think that this could be a great future of things with the Easy Pass program, and again, a great model for other developers in Missoula. Like I said, they not only allow their employees to ride the bus for free with an Easy Pass program, but allow flexible scheduling so that biking, walking, carpooling, and all of these things are always an option. And then, again, on the development side, they've met every new situation, again, with a creative solution. When a development went downtown, they helped eliminate the parking requirement by creating bicycle pedestrian only units at the Gold Dust development, which again is just another innovative thing. When they created a development on the urban fringe, they made sure that bike path connections were there and bike lanes were part of their development. And again, just made sure that transportation options were always available to not only their employees, but also their residents. And so for this, we award them with an award for continued excellence in transportation best practices. So let's take a look at their commercial.
Homeward focuses on developing housing projects within the urban core to make sure that sustainable transportation options are available to its residents.
Homeward accommodates a flexible work schedule, so employees are given the option to bike, walk, carpool, or telecommute.
Homeward's implemented the first ever residential Easy Pass program, and we had over 1,500 rides in the first year alone.
I wasn't using the bus before I received my Easy Pass from Homeward, but now I get the chance to commute to work every day.
Call Missoula in Motion to jumpstart your employer program.
So Jennifer Betts from Homeward, come on up.
Let's capture the moment, shall we?
Well, I just wanted to take a minute to definitely thank the fellow employees with their help, and also the residents as well, because without them it really wouldn't make this program successful. And in addition to thanking Missoula in Motion as well for kind of your support and encouragement, enthusiasm, and we look forward to kind of moving forward to the future and continuing to expand our program. So thank you.
We're going to do something a little bit different this year. We created some longer types of videos for each one of these employers, and we thought we'd show them. They're just a couple minutes long rather than the commercial, because we wanted to be able to, it took us quite a while to make these commercials, and everyone put a lot of effort into it, and so we thought it would be fun to make a little bit longer one, but we also want to use it to go out, reach out to other employers as the year progresses, and put it together in the future with the 2005 winners, the 2004 winners, and actually create a working video that we could use for other employers. So we're going to show all that at once, show the longer videos.
We've taken the challenge of being out here quite a ways from downtown as an opportunity.
So when I first started working at the Fire Lab in October, I didn't necessarily think to ride the bus on my own, but I started meeting people, and everybody seemed like they rode the bus, and it just became that much more easy to just, it's like everybody else is doing. Obviously, this is not a hard, difficult thing to do in Missoula, so why not? And yeah, it just became a part of the routine, and now it is a routine.
We do invite Missoula in Motion here once a year to help our employees find alternative ways of getting out here, so we can educate people how to get on the bus, how to use it, how to find safe routes for biking.
I am the public transit coordinator for the Fire Lab with the Forest Service, and I'm here to help encourage folks and help them get signed up on the Forest Service or Department of Agriculture transit program.
I think taking the bus is so convenient for me. I'm pretty close to downtown, so I can get to the transfer station, get on the bus, they take care of the driving, read the newspaper in the morning, get off, go to work. It's really great.
The bus shelter came around as an employee-driven project. Well, we found once it was built that other employees from around the area, from adjoining businesses, will also use it now.
You really meet a lot of people in the surrounding area working here you wouldn't otherwise if you didn't get out of your car. I mean, we have people we meet every morning from Stone Container, and if you're not there, they wondered why you slept in, or are you taking a day off?
To get a program like this started at your workplace, call Missoula in Motion at 258-4961.
Homer focuses on developing housing projects within the urban core to make sustainable transportation options available to its residents.
The Lennox was an historical renovation project in downtown Missoula, which led us to many challenging effects as far as parking requirements and accessibility to actually parking. We only have 2 parking lots that are available for the residents there, so we chose to use the Easy Pass program as a way to help residents who live there get about in town.
Homer is able to offer free bus passes to all of our residents through the Easy Pass program. It's first of its kind. In the first year of this program, we had over 1,500 rides counted, something that we're pretty proud of.
It gives me more access to places I couldn't get to before. I use a power chair to get around, and I can get that on the bus, so it's given me a lot of independence. And the Easy Pass is really convenient. I don't have to dig out money all the time when I get on the bus, and it's easier to prepare to go on a trip. It's also allowed me to just be freer in when I go, because knowing that I have a pass that lasts a while, I just tend to use it more often. So it's really given me a lot of independence, and I also feel that I can make the environment better if I'm using the bus system, and that's really important to me.
To be able to reduce the parking requirements, we put in some bike ped units where the residents actually sign off on their lease that they will not have a car and choose to use sustainable transportation.
I have to walk everywhere because I do not drive. And because of the Easy Pass, I can get to places I couldn't get to before.
Homeward accommodates a flexible work schedule, so employees are given the option to bike, walk, carpool, or telecommute.
Orchard Gardens is a very exciting development that Homeward finished in 2006. And it's on the urban fringe, and so we really wanted to make sure that residents were connected to all the different amenities around town. So we are linked up right along the trail system, as well as offering bus stops just right down the road. The Liberty Lanes is the next Homeward development that we're currently working on, which is a very exciting development. It's right in the middle of a really busy corridor, the Russell Broadway area. We're very excited about this one. We're going to be able to bring a lot of different sustainable features into this area, not only for our residents, but those who visit. So we're hoping to bring an on-site bus stop, as well as create bike storage units, and maybe even do the first community bike co-op.
To get a program like this started at your workplace, call Missoula in Motion at 258-4961.
As an owner of Mod West, I like to lead by example, and by participating in Bike Walk Bus Week, taking the bus 4 times a week, I feel I can provide a good example for my employees.
At Mod West, it's nice to have a boss who is able to use all the things that he believes in and pass it on to us and allow us to be environmentally friendly and use other forms of transportation to get to work.
We have an arrangement with the Missoula Institute for Sustainable Transportation in which we provide them with some web hosting services, and they provide free bicycle tune-ups for our employees.
Mod West's centralized location gives me a lot of options for how I get there.
I live in Stevensville, and it's great to be able to get together with some Mod West employees and carpool from down in the valley to downtown here at Mod West.
We do allow our employees to bring their bikes inside. We've got about 5 employees who are absolutely dedicated bike riders who ride in any and all weather, which is incredible to me and praiseworthy. And so we try to help them out by providing them a place to put their bikes.
I'm generally a bike rider, but Mod West provides me with an easy pass that makes it really easy, just free to hop onto the bus anytime I need to.
I love riding the bus for that primary reason. I probably saved $200 or $300 in gasoline last year riding the bus. I probably rode the bus close to 200 days last year. And the bus for me is like bookends on my day. On the way in, it's a time for quiet contemplation and mental preparation for the day to come. And the ride home is a time for decompression and reflection on the day's events.
My first week with Mod West was Bike Walk Bus Week, and their incentives encouraged me to be an active commuter through that week and then beyond.
To get a program like this started at your workplace, call Missoula in Motion at 258-4961.
Thanks, you all. Well, we're really, I've just got a few, I want to wrap up here a little bit. I have a couple of announcements. I want to just thank everybody again. I think everyone did a great job, and most of our employer partners are doing a great job too, so I just want to give everybody a round of applause again, one more time. A couple of small announcements, and I'm going to encourage you all, we have the room a little bit longer as well, and if you want to mingle, talk to some other employers here, that would be great. And there's still food in the back as well, and treats they're still going to be there. So, yes, and I'm going to remind you again to fill the sign-in sheets on your table before you leave. That's actually one of my other announcements is that we have a table set up in the back of the room with some other information. And if you're not already an employer partner or you want to receive some things that we're sending out to our employer partners right now, please sign up on that sheet in the back and we'll get the information to you. Second of all, we want to announce, and timely enough, that we're going to be doing again our big challenge, our big employer challenge this year during Bike Walk Bus Week. And Phil is here. He's the organizer of Bike Walk Bus Week, but want to recognize him. We set up an employer challenge. We have different Missoula employers compete against each other during the week of similar sized employers, and for prizes and rewards and so forth. And it's a great challenge, and we had a lot of competition last year, and we have put out a mailing to most of our employer partners and to a lot of other folks. But we have some forms in the back if you're interested in doing this challenge with all the information and sign-up sheet, and that is in the back of the room as well. If you're on our employer partner list, you'll probably get it in the mail, but if you're not, we have some of that information in the back. So we are encouraging everybody to get on the board for that. So, and thank you everyone for being here. And we look forward to seeing you at our other employer partner events. So, thanks.
What's that?